Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now I've used the GT1030, a few times in the past, mainly to upgrade aging desktops with weak power supplies. It does an okay job, but as you know, we've recently seen the release of a new GT1030, a few variants in fact, with DDR4 memory, a slower alternative to GDDR5. I made a speculation video regarding the performance of said cut down cards, but today it's time to look at a few performance benchmarks, and after watching Tech by Matt's video on this card, I just had to see for myself the apparent terrible cut down performance of these new DDR4 options. So let's cut the lengthy intro and get straight into it, because these new 1030s really don't deserve that much airtime. For example, starting with Overwatch here, and I'm using a mix of medium settings with a couple of high options thrown in. Let's also not forget that the DDR4 1030 has an almost 3 times slower memory bandwidth, the effects of which can be blatantly seen here, as the DDR4 card can't quite hold a steady 30 frames per second. I've tested bot matches, online matches, different capture methods to see if some software somewhere was causing an issue, but it appears not. When you compare this to the results of a standard GDDR5 1030, a card I still really like, you're seeing pretty much half the performance. The same goes for Fortnite, which will run just fine on a standard 1030, but a DDR4 version of the card will see a sub 30 FPS average, with a mix of medium and low settings. Just like with Overwatch, setting everything to low and reducing the resolution will improve performance, but what I really wanted to achieve with this test is show you just how much of a difference there is between the two cards, and point out that the GDDR5 1030 can handle increased settings, whereas the DDR4 version will struggle. I don't want any of you buying it by mistake and being disappointed, especially considering how I praised the GDDR5 1030 many times in the past. In Far Cry 5, which I found to be a pretty well optimised title that will even run on AMD's Ryzen APUs, the DDR4 1030 struggled to maintain or even achieve a playable frame rate. Now what was strange here is that I saw different results both times I fired this game up, so I'm showing you the footage from my slightly worse experience. With a standard 1030 you can expect to stay above 30 FPS most of the time, with a few dips here and there as you approach slightly denser forest areas. Finally, it's PUBG. 27 was the average frame rate here at 1080p with the very low preset. Again, the drop in resolution may help you achieve a more playable 30 FPS plus average, though you will still experience a few frame drops here and there, especially when venturing into busier built up areas, and even here I'm running around a pretty empty area where most of the benchmarking took place. Compared to a standard GDDR5 card, these results are in total quite disappointing. This isn't entirely because of the poor performance, but because this DDR4 card shares the GT1030 name. And of course the standard GT1030s are actually quite a sensible cheap option for budget gamers. These DDR4 cards on the other hand should be on offer for at least half the price, or just be called something different. At least then any controversy over performance could be avoided. So guys, there we have it. This has been a little look at the DDR4 GT1030. I didn't really want to make a long video on this subject because I have discussed the cut down performance of this card before, but it's nice to actually show you a few benchmarks here today of this card in action. So as always, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a dislike if you didn't. Please avoid this card if you see it in shops or online anywhere. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hopefully I'll see all of you in the next one.